most people are loving their spouse, but they are not meeting each other's need. Welcome to the marriage show.
It's Monday night, the week begins, 7 p.m.
That is why the relationship feels empty, even when there is still love. Because love without understanding creates frustration. And you can love somebody deeply and still miss what the actual needs are. And tonight, we will unpack this very thing that is destroying marriages despite there is love and love everywhere. All the great things are happening, but still love can be present and needs still are not met. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Dr. Ernst Thervil, together with my lovely wife,
Carline.
Carline, and
We welcome you to the marriage show.
we welcome you to your favorite show
Yes.
on Monday. I don't know if there's another show on Monday, but we welcome you to your favorite show on Monday, the marriage show, where we will discuss real talk
Will issues.
and real marriage. Tonight we come to a very important letter in the ABCs of marriage, A to Z of marriage, and we are in letter N.
And tonight, the conversation is deep. Need and nurture.
Need and nurture, believe it or not, when we're looking at need, I thought we were going to talk only about the need of the man because the N for man is need and the N for woman is nurture. But in reality, need for women, need for men,
That's right.
we're gonna cover all that because I understand how essential it is for marriage to survive where they still love, they love each other, they care for each other, and but there is one thing that is missing, and most people they only have one particular need that is not met, and because of this need that is not met, that creates a lot of frustration in the marriage, and this is for men and women. So tonight is your show. Tell somebody, stay connected,
Yes.
because one woman has one simple need. You say, Pastor, if my husband were to do this for me,
We will be okay.
we will be fine. I don't care about anything else.
Yes, but if he can do just
Oh,
that,
man, I've heard it. Too
Yes.
often I heard it. If he can do just that, then I will be fine. And same thing for the man.
if my wife,
If my wife could do just that, and that need, people may think it is sex. It is not sex.
No.
It's just one particular thing that he is expecting somebody to do. We're going to switch in Creole a little bit for the introduction, and then we'll be right back in English as we are dealing with this deep and profound word in the A to Z of marriage, the letter N, which is the need for men and also the need for women, but the letter N for women
It's
is
nurture.
nurture. Mademoiselles, mesdames et messieurs, bonjour, bonsoir. Dépendamment de l'heure que vous avez suivre émission ça, c'est une émission qui fait bilingue en anglais et en créole. Assoya nous entrer dans ABC mariage là, de A à Z mariage là, n'a parlé de lettre N. Lettre N dans anglais a, li parler de besoin. Malgré li pas même bagay dans langue créole là, mais dans anglais N veut dire need qui veut dire besoin. Et pour fille là, besoin pour garçon et pour fille là, c'est N qui veut dire nourrir. N nan tombe bien pour fille, mais pour garçon, c'est besoin. Mes amis, besoin ça, li tellement yon gros bagay ou pour allouer que gen moun qui toujours remet yon lot, mais tout autant que grain besoin ça, Maria ou bien madame nan pas satisfait, pas fait pour lui, toujours gen problème. Et besoin ça, c'est pas sexe lié.
Non.
Parce que sexe, believe it or not, moun ka fait sexe sans yo pas marié. Yo fait sexe sans yo pas marié. Mais besoin ça, c'est yon mari ou bien yon madame qui pour faire pour lui. Rete branché, rete connecté. Parce que genyen yon fille qui dit, pasteur, c'est yon seul si bagay pour m'ta besoin pour mari me fait pour moi. Depuis le fait pour moi, m'en forme.
Yes.
Mais le va jamais ka faire. Et fille Maria dit même bagay là. On seul bagay besoin dans mes madame. On seul bagay.
S'il fait pour moi, n'a pas ok. S'il fait pour moi, pas de problème.
Et c'est ça plus difficile pour faire parce que yon pas prend temps pour qu'on ait besoin l'autre. You are watching the Marriage Show every Monday night. We will be right back discussing powerful letter and that is causing so much distance in the marriage while they say they love each other, they care for each other, but because of that particular internal need that is not met, big problems, gros cause, big issues in the marriage. If you're not married yet, join us because you need this broadcast. If you are in your marriage, definitely you need this broadcast because you did not know that there is one thing your spouse never told you about, and that's what he needs. That's what she needs, and it's causing major problem. And too often, Pupet, the people, the spouse, the couple never say that to each other.
No.
They never say their need to each other. And they are saying it to other people. That's the problem. They are saying it to other people. They are saying to counselors. They are saying it to friends, but except the person. So tonight, it is your show. It is your broadcast. Stay tuned. We will be right back. The problem is why even some people, some men, we are dealing with men first, are even afraid to express their need. It is so hard for a man to express their need. And ladies, I'm going to tell you why. Why it is so hard for your husband, your boyfriend, your fiancé, why it is so hard for him to express his need is because the way society and culture, the way they grew up men, the way a young man was raised, he was raised with the mindset that to be strong, you don't need anything, don't cry, you can do it, you can handle it yourself. Big men don't cry. Big men has no need. Suck it in, man. So he grew up with this, but deep down inside, he has needs.
He has needs.
And he could never express it. So this man gets married, instead of expressing his needs to his wife, his girlfriend, or his fiancée, he is expecting her to meet that need. And when she doesn't meet that need, he is distant.
He's expecting her to, almost like it's a common sense. If you care for me, if you love me, you should see all my needs. But it's always good when you tell your needs.
So deep down inside, he has needs. Deep down inside, he needs something from his wife.
Yes.
I'm not talking about sex. People
No.
think we are talking about sex. The reason sex is easier than what we are discussing.
Oh yeah.
Because whenever there's a man and a woman of opposite sex together in a place, they're gonna have sex. They're gonna have sex.
Just like you say, you don't have to marry someone.
You don't have to marry
you
someone.
Get your sex everywhere.
Exactly. But what we are discussing tonight will save maybe 20 or 30 marriages if you are paying attention. Because there is a deep need. There is something that is unspoken, unexpressed. Nobody is saying anything about it, but it is just right deep down inside his mind, inside his heart. So the problem he creates, and I want all men to listen to me and all wives to listen to this. This is deep psychology of men. The problem that creates is that the minute he's not spoken about that need, but the minute that need is not met, instead of finding a way to come closer to his wife, what he is doing is that distancing himself from her, expecting her to know and meet the need. And once the need is not met, then he is distant. And instead of bringing the marriage alive, then the marriage is dying. There's distance. And every day you see there's a distance. There is, because of deep down inside unspoken needs. Yes. So the Bible says in Genesis chapter 2, verse 18, it is not good for men to be alone. So that's not weakness. When God created men, he's not talking about men being weak. Most men have a tendency not to express their needs, because it brings a sense of weakness. But in reality, God wanted the wife, the woman, to complete him. So therefore, just like I said last week to the single people, a man needs a woman or a wife to complete him, because alone he is incomplete. Yes. So therefore, there are certain needs he has. It requires only a woman to fulfill it. And once that need is not met, then there is deep issue, deep trouble, and a man may not always express his needs. That's what we are dealing with. He may not always express his needs. But therefore, what are some of the needs that he has? He has the needs like he wants to be respected in whatever. Listen to me, wife. Listen to me, ladies. In whatever circumstances, the man needs to be respected and honored. On fille qui connaît que, well, c'est nèg sa m'pa ka respecter, then ou pa gen mari ou simplement gon nèg. Parce que gon grande différence entre gagner un nègre pour dormir des dos pour faire sexe ensemble avec yon mari. Yon mari li plus que yon sex toys.
That's right.
Yon mari c'est yon représentant, yon mari c'est yon leader, yon mari c'est yon défenseur, yon mari c'est yon supporter, yon mari c'est yon leader, yon mari c'est yon guide. So therefore, pi grand besoin nègre là, c'est respect. Yes. Pi grand besoin c'est croyance pour croire dans lui. Pi grand besoin c'est paix, l'homme garçon besoin paix. Pi grand besoin c'est appréciation, li besoin ça. And pi grand besoin c'est support. His most needs that he is not expressing. Most men are not asking you to respect him. Come on ladies. I want you to hear me tonight. Most men will never ask you to respect him. But you know, as a woman with character,
That's right. To
as
respect.
a
To
as a
respect the man.
powerful woman, as a great woman, as a woman who is a marriage
Material,
material.
yes.
You are, as a wife, it is your duty to know that you meet that need.
Yes.
It is deep down inside, because God says it is not good for men to
Yes.
be alone.
You need to respect him and put him in his position as the leader. And then to just like you said, to support him. Because they lack support, they lack respect. Like that's the number one thing.
Exactly.
So respect. How a man's gonna tell you that, honey, you need to respect me?
No.
You have that need that they don't have to express it to you.
Yeah, so that need is very important, and I'm
Yes.
gonna talk about some of the women's need too a little bit.
Yeah.
All because need itself, it's for both.
It's for both.
It's for both.
Yes.
So when those needs are not met, and the caveat to this, the paradox to all of that is that the person is not able to meet that need for himself.
Yes.
Just like I always say,
Yes.
there is one need God has
He cannot do it for
and
himself.
he cannot do for himself,
Yes.
which is
Worship.
worship. God cannot worship himself. That there's one need he has. Same thing for your spouse. There are certain needs, those powerful and deep inside, deep down needs that the spouse has. He or she cannot fulfill them for himself.
Someone else.
He needs somebody to fulfill
Yes.
those needs for him.
For yourself. Yes.
Although they are saying, everybody, you must respect yourself. But guess what? Yes, you respect yourself, self-respect, but you need other people to respect
you. Too.
You see what I'm
Yes.
saying? Because it's something that you cannot do for yourself.
So you need somebody to respect you, just like when you go anywhere in society. It can be church or work. So when you respect your husband, your fiance, or your man, or the man in your life, you respect automatically other people that's around will respect him because
exactly.
they see how you respect your man.
Let me take another one. Let me take another example. Let's say for example, support. Who can support himself? Have you ever heard somebody say, well, support yourself?
Yeah, we need a
Support
cheerleader.
yourself.
We need
Help
someone.
yourself.
We need someone to support. You need someone to support you.
Give
You
yourself.
need a cheerleader to support you.
Give yourself a hand.
Yeah.
Give yourself a hand. You see, these are like profound, deep down needs that the
someone else-
individual has, where he or she, you
Cannot.
see, I'm neutralizing this
Yes,
conversation today
both.
because it is so powerful
Yes.
for both, for husband and
We all
wife.
need, yeah. I've need.
Because I cannot support myself, then I need somebody to support
That's
me.
right. That's right.
And Prophet, I'm taking us for
Yes.
example. There is one particular thing that I need from you besides everything else. And there's
Respect
one,
and everything
there's
else.
what makes me love you the most is basically the support that you're giving me. Because there are certain things I cannot do
For yourself.
because I'm not two people.
Yes.
For example, we were heading to a church and preach yesterday. You did not plan on going.
Yeah.
But I understand I have some things in my mind that I wanted to do during the sermon that I need a support. Yes, I can get over there and coach somebody, train somebody to support me in what I'm doing during the sermon. But who is a better person who can really support me, who knows
Your
my
mate.
style,
Your mate.
who knows me already?
Your mate. Yes.
Then when I realized that, I simply says, Puppet, I would need your support. And automatically you said, okay, let me get up and put my clothes on. And then we go to the church. While I'm preaching, you are there supporting me. This, I cannot do it for myself.
And also, it can be a different way. Let's say you said, Puppet, I'm going to the church. This is the message that I'm gonna preach.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that I know as your wife that you need that need, and I'm here as your support. I'm here as your wife to help you to help support you.
Yeah.
So when you said it, automatically I could have said, "Oh, honey, I'm gonna get ready
Yeah.
because I'm going to support you." So et même bagay sa wap di. So même jan ou pa nou jes di que pou pet I'm gonna need you, automatiquement sou expose so bral fè nan l'église lan, mge do a di chérie, I'm right there. I'm going with you. So sometimes, just like you said, there's some need the wife or the husband needs to fulfill it. If I know my husband and I know my wife and I know that there's some of needs that needs to be fulfilled, automatically if he says that he's going to do something or she says she's gonna do something, automatically I am here to just go and jump and do it.
And I pray there are at least 100 wives listening to me tonight, because this has the power to save your marriage. And after that, you may as well send us the Zelle and the Cash App, the everything, because what we are dropping to you right now, it's basically it's a $5,000 coaching session right then and there, just to make the decision to support your spouse.
Yes.
To be there, because there are plenty things. God made it that way. C'est pas moi qui fais. God made it that way. There are many things that your spouse will not be able to do and fulfill by himself. For example, a man like me, the support that I need my wife's support all the time and every time I go somewhere, every time I go to preach, every time I go to speak, every event that I go, that's the support that I need.
Yes.
And therefore,
and it's different when your husband or when your wife is next to you, when you're going somewhere, when you're doing something to support you. It's different.
And believe, let me give you a secret tonight. Believe you me, this is a plus. That keeps our marriage flowing way better when I know that I am not lack. Oh, I love that. I am not lack of support. Oh, yes. Bon di lan kreol.
Yes.
Lem konen ke mwen pa manke, mba jan map manke, mba jan map soufri, mba jan map kriye pour support. Listen to me, wives. This is from a man talking. A man with multi-hats, a man who takes care of a lot of things, a lot of different things. But despite ça fait un monde capable que well, pasteur toujours là, pasteur toujours available, pasteur toujours disponible, pasteur dans toute bagaille, pasteur supporter toute bagaille. Why? The reason why is because beside me, I have ultimate support. M'gen un monde qui supporte. Si madame mwen pas supporter mon frère, ma soeur, est-ce qu'on ka comprendre ou pas t'a wèm dans toute bagaille, ou pas t'a joindre moi dans toute bagaille, m'pa t'a ka présent dans toute bagaille, and moreover, m'pa t'a ka on time dans toute bagaille. C'est parce que moi joindre support que besoin qui vient rendre moins flexible, qui rend moins à l'aise, qui rend moins faire plus.
Yes, on bien quand on dit à l'aise là. On t'a dit un bagay tout à l'heure. So gain need c'est un monde qui pour fulfill this. C'est un monde qui pour faire pour vous. Because just like we give the example of Jesus cannot worship himself. So he created us to worship him. So super à l'aise avec mari ou bien madame. Instead of telling them what you need, what certain things that you need, you're gonna distance yourself. For example, anzu pas à l'aise ou te besoin support ou just done let me see if my wife is gonna notice that I need support and things like that. So game moun c'est comme ça y a fait. You just attend, c'est pour moun use that common sense pour you connect your besoin support. And versus that you for example yesterday ou ta parlé dans l'église là ou je say honey, I know you were not gonna go to the church but I need your support. Automatically I jump in my bed m'pa playing because I know that I am here to support you. I am your number one support.
Exactly.
But sometimes instead of asking your wife or your husband, just like you said, you say you go out there, you tell a counselor, you tell anybody that you need this and that. but you're not sharing that with your wife or with your husband because you don't have that relationship with them.
Okay. So do me a favor tonight. Under the live, when you are watching right now, say, I made my decision to support my spouse.
Yes.
I decided to support my spouse. Write that down, because if you write it down, you will keep yourself accountable for
That's right.
Type it tonight. I decide to support my spouse 100%. Because when you decide to support the person, instead of the person distancing himself or herself away from you, that draws closer. Because my need, this is pure and true intimacy. When you fulfill God's needs, God has a need
Yes.
that he cannot fulfill for himself. And when I fulfill that needs for God, it brings me closer to God, and it
That's
brings
right.
God closer
And
to
same
me.
thing with husband
Same
and wife.
thing with husband
Same
and wife.
thing with your fiance,
Ah,
with somebody
yeah,
that
yeah.
you're dating. The more that you fulfill the need and the lives, the more closer you will be with them.
The closer.
closer.
I can tell you. Si ou pou marié, tendez parole ça. Si ou prend décision pour supporter moun ou avel là, en vérité, moun sa pa ka kito ou même. Moun sa pa ka fè vieux bagay sou même. Moun sa même les on fille ou bien garçon ta prend tête li, c'est pour le tourner
La
dans
tourner,
pio.
la
C'est pour le tourner
tourner.
dans pio. Because that's magic.
Because
That's
you
the
give them
secret.
something that someone else cannot give.
Oh, if you believe
Yes.
it, if you believe in this magic tonight,
You
says
give-
it
you
is
give them
magic. Says
something, yes.
it is magic. So, bagay ke na partage ensemble avant là, it's in the very core of what God destined relationship to be. I just read the text for
It's
you.
not good.
Genesis chapter 2 verse 18. It is not
Not
good
good
for men to be alone.
alone.
So it is good for men to be with somebody.
That's right.
And that person, when that person decides to support, to be there. In another way, we have to transition. Because nous ka parler tout asyo à
Yeah.
mais nous pas ka bay moun yo tout ça n'gen dans votre nous mes amis. So therefore fon quitter un peu bagay pour l'autre les tout. So we can
Yes.
never give everything that we have. So gon l'autre gros parti dans support encore, m'ta vle en pile moun ouais, en pile garçon, en pile fille connaît.
Yes.
On dit que si moun nan a travail dur, then pas quitter celui qui fait tout bagay yo.
Yeah. You have to support.
Si c'est fille a kap travail dur, provide the food. Simple. Vice versa. Si c'est garçon a kap travail dur, ça fait m'vle quitter et needs lan as neutral.
Yes.
Si c'est garçon a kap travail dur, mes amis, oh my lord, provide the food.
Yes,
Help
so
with the kids.
Yeah.
Help with the house.
Ou vle ki
Help
te need
with,
la
with,
for
with the
both.
homework.
Yes.
Help with something.
Yes.
Parce que nan bagay sa, pa gen ni garçon ni fille. I keep it, and when it comes to needs, there is no husband
Yes,
and wife.
yes.
I keep it neutral.
We both need that.
Yeah. And there's another support that a lot of ladies, now I need to talk to the ladies.
Talk to us.
Because women have a perfectionist syndrome. You didn't know that was not part of the conversation. Yes.
I like that.
Women, listen to me carefully, ladies, wives, fiance, girlfriend. This is for you. Naturally, donc je me dis naturally, women have a perfectionist syndrome. In another word, I can say they have a sixth sense. So they like things to be good, to be perfect, to be correct.
Yes.
And because of their nature, they have a tendency of looking at what certain men are doing, particularly men who are not proactive,
Yeah.
men who are negligent, men who are negligent, men who don't do things accordingly, men who don't
yes.
take the time to do things appropriately. They are negligent about the things that they doing.
Or men that are not doing things as fast. Because you said that we have our sixth sense.
Yeah.
So sometimes we can do this and that at the same time. And then some men, they have to do it one at a time.
Exactly. So sometimes we find that, listen to this, ladies, men make a lot of mistakes in the things that they're supposed to do every day. Let me repeat
You
that.
just have to remind
Men make a lot of mistakes. When I say men plural,
Yes.
make a lot of mistakes in the
every
thing that they're supposed to do, in the help they're supposed to provide in the house. So the way you support your man, instead of complaining, criticizing, and saying that you cannot do anything right, help him. Help him to do it.
Help him.
Teach him how to do it.
Remind him.
Remind him and
Yes.
give him instructions.
Yes.
Instead of complaining, oh, you cannot do anything. Oh, I just told you to do this little thing. You just don't do it. And when you do this type of things, ladies, you're causing distance. You are breaking the man inside apart. So later that instead of having a full and complete husband in the house, you turn this man into a boy. So
Yeah.
come on, type that under the chat. Say, I will not turn my husband into a boy because he's a king. I will turn him into a king.
Yes.
How do you see that, women? The man came from his mother's house as a full and complete man, and all of a sudden come to your house and he becomes a boy. By complaining, by saying, by criticizing him, there is nothing that he does that is right. And I can tell you, men are stupid. Men make a lot of mistakes. Yes, ladies, men make a lot of mistakes. They are stupid. So they need training. If the mother did not do it, unfortunately, you're gonna become a wife and a mother to support him. Because every man needs somebody to support.
And I'm glad that you will turn as a wife and a mother to teach him. So at the same time, is your husband. We don't want you see how you just say like, please support, please remind, just just remind him, just help him out. But we don't want you to teach him like you're teaching a boy.
Yep.
We want you to teach him as respect. We want you to guide him as is your husband, but not a little boy. Oh, yes, okay, so you cannot do this, you cannot do that. So let me teach you, and you're just teaching him like you're teaching a boy. You're teaching your husband. You guide your husband. So just like we said, we can do so many things at one time, us women. So just teach him, but with respect.
One basic, simple thing that the man needs. Just one thing. The support. For me, that's all I need. I'm not asking my wife to cook, to clean, to wash the dishes. I do all that. I can do all that. But the support that I need when I'm up there on the stage, when I need somebody to hand me a handkerchief, when I need somebody to give me a little water, when I need somebody to watch over me to see if I'm sweating, when I need somebody to run in the car and get my shirt after I preach, oh my Lord,
so you don't go outside and get sick.
So that I don't go outside and go to the car and get my shirt, because when I'm preaching, all my shirts are wet. So therefore, I need to change clothes.
That's why I have sorti
de yo pour mal prendre chemise moi dans Freddy and then prendre l'autre Freddy encore. So my wife is there to support that. Oh my Lord. My wife is there to remind me that I need to bring an extra shirt, an extra t-shirt. Did I bring this? Did I bring my tablet? Did I bring my laptop? Hey, I think I'm a well-fulfilled man. But I can tell you, these are some of the shortcomings that I have.
Yes.
Somebody may see me and look at, oh man, Pastor got it all together. But all these minor things, I don't get it together. And because my wife is there as the ultimate support, then you see me. People see me out there as a king. I rule. I walk as a king. I operate as a king. I talk as a king. But do you know why I give this appearance? Is because I have a queen who keeps me on task. And I'm not saying this for words. That's not. No, I'm not saying just words. I'm not being poetic tonight. I'm saying the reality of when a spouse decides to support the other.
Yeah.
You have a queen. You help the person to walk on higher ground
yes.
when you not behind. I don't believe in wife behind
When
her husband. When you walk right by side
yes.
your spouse. And I need to switch this a little bit. This is just the one thing. It's just the one thing. Support the men. Support the men paying the bills. Come on.
Yeah.
Support the men paying the bills. Last week we told men not to be hungry and crying for women's money.
Money, yes.
But this week I'm telling you, women, you don't need your husband to start complaining and crying for your money. Because
support.
as a support, you see the man is stressing for the bills.
Yeah.
You see the man is stressing to pay the mortgage. He's stressing to pay the car notes.
Don't let him stress and then you say that I'm going, oh, that's on him. Guys supposed to take care of women.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna, I'm still gonna go to the mall. I'm still gonna take care of my things. If you see that your man is short $5 to pay the bill, don't tell him that he's gonna go, just go do 2 Ubers. I'll fait Uber de yo just for $5. Which nothing wrong with that. But at least if you have that $5, pitch in because you are here to support. You are here to support. And then when we say you are here to support, so if you know that, just like my husband said, if you know that he's forget about certain things, just remind him to pick up the kids. Just remind him to get to get something at the store. Because in the back of your mind, you can remember anything. But just remind him because you are here to support.
Let me say that to you, people, wife or a husband. If you cannot make that firm decision to be there to support, to show help in need, and when your spouse is in need, you are not in a marriage. You are not in a marriage. You simply in a situation. You are in a situation. You are in a situation, but not a relationship, not a marriage. Because a marriage, you are there to see wherever the person has a need, wherever they need help, you are there. If they need help financially, you are there. If they need help socially, you are there. If they need help medically, you are there. If they need help spiritually, you are there. That's why the Bible says, I will make you a suitable helper. It is not good for men to be alone.
He needed you. He needs you.
Stop this roommate stuff.
Yes.
Stop this roommate. Stop this roommate. Somebody type that. I will stop the roommate mindset.
You're taking your
you
care
are
of your
not
thing.
roommate.
I'm taking care of my thing.
You are not roommate.
Yes.
Let me say that again. You are not roommate. You can type it. We are not roommate. You, when you got married, you agreed, you vowed to this, to be a suitable helper to each other. And there's one basic small things that the women need. The women simply need one thing: for you to treat her like a respectful woman.
Yes.
Men, listen to me. Most women, they don't need a whole lot. Although there are some, they need your money. They clearly said, me, I need your money. I need a man to take care of me. And this is nonsense.
Yes.
Any woman that is repeating this nonsense,
I
don't know who, I don't know where you were raised, who raised you, where did you grow up? I don't know.
Some of them say they'll be okay as long as they get the money.
No, man. If a woman just sit right there and say you need your husband money, you are creeping. You grew up with poverty mindset.
I need respect.
I need to say that in Creole. You see, lol sous son moun, on fille qui chita la cap dit ou besoin chita pour un garçon prendre soin ou c'est garçon pour prendre soin femme pour garçon pour prendre soin femme, ça c'est parole moun pauvreté, ça c'est parole misère, parole moun qui remet misère, parole moun qui pas qu'on valer l'argent, parole moun qui pas qu'on beauté l'argent, parole moun qui pas qu'on que l'argent belle,
qui pas qu'on valer tout
ou pas qu'on valer, chaque fois on répéter vieille parole comme ça. Oh, dépend des moun. Ça veut dire pour lever avec un petit cuir nan mais on c'est moun ka bon. Mais on pas de grandi tant qu'on moun, yo te montre que pour faire ti commerce ou pour faire ti affaire, pour régler ti l'argent pour compte ou pour gagner ti l'argent, pour faire ti l'argent. Ça c'est parole misère lié. Moi dou, c'est misère, c'est moun qui levé dans misère qui dit que le chita et puis pour garçon à prendre soin. Même madame président, li gen une cause présidentiel, lui, l'a réglé.
Yeah.
Ah, autant de samedi.
Oh, yeah.
Même madame président, li gen yon cause présidentielle l'a réglé. Ça veut dire li pa chita. Depuis le monte dans palais, li gen yon bagay que l'a réglé. Li gon bagay qu'elle a fait, li gon projet qu'elle a travaillé sur lui. Soit la travail sur éducation. Projet Timoun Piti. Il a voyagé à travers la terre, il speak, il a parlé de projet ça. Même madame président, oui, li gon projet qu'elle a travaillé sur lui. Qui dit radio c'est ou même qui pas madame président ou pas madame roi pour dire que wap chita pour garçon prend soin. Ça c'est parole moun pauvre. Ça c'est parole moun pauvre. So therefore, we all need each other's help to grow and to be better. Yes. So ça m'a dit à swear à monsieur yo, madame n'a besoin celle ti bagay. Li besoin pour respecter, li besoin pour parler avec elle bien, li besoin pour parler avec respect ou pas qu'à traiter pas parler à fille.
Respect, balval.
That's all she
pas
needs.
descendre, pas jouer. Respect.
She cannot do that for herself. Li pa ka faire ça pour compte
And
li.
then some of them, I know most of the time we see some of the men they're trying to give their wives respect when they're around the other people.
Non. Moi même
respect.
M'pa jouet ça là même, m'pa jouet ça là même. Ouais madame moi, m'pa jouet ça. Son moun besoin bien avoir de respecter. De pour de respecter m'pa bien avoir longtemps, m'pa zami, m'pa tolérer, m'pa parler avec moun, m'pa bre nan même cop la ka ou même devant porte ou m'pa entrer de pour de respecter madame. Parce que there's one thing I don't play about. I don't play with that. So therefore, mais pour ou même l'autre moun respecter madame et puis c'est même ou même nan qui t'a doué premier moun dans la vie. On seul ti bagay fi a besoin dans moun.
Same thing with the
guys. Pour pas le respect, pour traiter le comme femme, treat her like a woman.
Yes. That's why.
Pour pas même besoin treat her like a queen même.
Yeah.
Let's treat her like a woman.
Yeah. Same thing with
treat
the
her
guy.
like something that is special. On seul ti bagay la besoin dans moun. On seul ti besoin. Garçon a gon seul ti besoin. Support. Fille a gon seul ti besoin pour honorer.
Yeah.
Pour honorer ou pas capable. So à soya ou mettre prendre décision. Prends décision, dis moins décider pour honorer madame moi. Décider pour me supporter Marine and you will see. It's a decision.
Yes.
Après ça, voyez l'argent ban moi, voyez cash app là, voyez zelle là because tonight I know we are saving a lot of marriage.
Right.
We are helping a lot of marriage. We are helping marriages coming out of poverty. We are helping marriages coming out of problems, coming out of pain, coming out of distance, coming out of a marriage, and they are in the marriage like moun qui share the same room, comment il est encore? Roommate.
Yes.
Roommate. While they still have sex, they still sleep in the same bed, but they are considered treating each other as roommates. Youn pas là pour l'autre. Youn pas supporter l'autre. Ou fou te ka gon problème dans la rue et puis pour les moun nan, c'est au lieu que li kouri vinn aider, c'est jouer la jouer quand on t'aller, quand on te fait, te dou parti, te dou bagay. No, but at that time the person simply needs some help. Mom just come here là. Let's just take a little break, prepared. We come back, and when we come back, we basically gonna talk about nurture for women. And guess what? Share the life, partager, voyer le ba au monde parce que gon monde qui besoin ça, gon mariage qui besoin émission ça soya Parce que gros problème que mariage a fait face, c'est pas problème yon dit l'autre yo remen yo, because they still love each other. C'est pas problème yon et yo fait entrer dans relation sexuelle parce que n'importe fille avec garçon ensemble yo ka fait relation sexuelle. Yo pas un problème ça. But they have the very deep down problems, which is what they need, which is what God saw that I cannot fulfill for myself. My wife could not fulfill for himself. And he says it is not good for men to be alone. And God created a suitable helper. And that's what we are not doing. That's what we are not doing. That's what we are not doing. The very thing that God sees we need, that's what we're not doing. So tonight, we just save your marriage by applying, because knowledge without application is trash. We'll be right back.
Okay, so now we are talking about the women. I mean, we are talking about the women, but we did talking about
we
did
talk
talk
about
the
nurturing.
women, yes. So we just talk about needs that men and women both are in need. So now we want to talk about nurture. And then we know the meaning of nurture is the ability to care for something in a way that helps it grow. But women are naturally wires to nurture. So not just children, because we know we always hear that the women are nurture, feeding the children. We are not only talking about that. Feeding the children, taking care of the children, cook for the children, do their homework. We're not only talking about that. Not just children, but we are talking about environment. We are talking about relationship. We are talking about emotion. Whatever a woman nurtures, grows. Que ce soit sa fille, li nourrit, gon grandissement la donne. Que ce soit sa fille en water, gon grandissement la donne. If she nurtures peace, peace grows. If she nurtures peace, I'm saying that again, peace grows. If she nurtures tension, tension grows. You can imagine le on figa de li mauvais nan kay la, la krase kay la, tout moun mauvais. And then while I was just reading this, and I was thinking about, sometimes left fille fâché, she has tension, tout moun rentre nan kokillo. Tout kay fret. Comme si ti moun rentre nan chambre yo, pa vle parler, mari rentre nan corner, li pa vle parler, because the women nurture peace. When there's chaos, almost like everything is chaos. When there's tension in the house, you basically grow tension in the house. And if you nurture connection, love grows. When you love your spouse, you love your children, you love everybody in your environment, and you see love flows.
And I simply need to preach about that a little bit, to let us know that there is a spiritual foundation for this. Because whatever you sow, that's what you will reap. That's what the Bible says. And same thing we are talking about here. When you sow one thing, it basically gives you a harvest. You sow one grain of corn, it gives you so many different corns. Yes. So it is spiritual what we are discussing tonight and nurturing. whatever you keep lingering, whatever you feed,
That's why you get
le
more.
mon créole, n'importe bagay wap nourri, n'importe bagay wap bay tete ya.
Yes.
Si c'est plein toute journée, si c'est pas
C'est ça,
l'empile,
wap jwenn,
si
c'est ça
c'est
kap
jouement,
grandi nan kay la.
si c'est accusation, si c'est youn pa vle wè l'autre, si c'est critique, c'est ça wap kap grandi nan kay la. Il grandit nan kay la, c'est ça wap jwenn. Et gen des fois, l'on besoin ramasser là. M'dou I swear we are saving some marriage, man. We are saving marriages.
Li wal difficile.
Parce que l'on besoin réparer là. Jade yon gen tan trop gros nan men.
En pile damage get fait. En pile damage get fait. Ça veut dire que sous besoin pour la paix régner dans kay la,
Planter la paix.
Et planter la paix parce que l'on planter la paix, ou après que c'est épec dans kay la. Et then let mention that the lower get tension tout moun mauvais ou gade ti moun mauvais. Kounyo di ki sa ti moun yo te gen? Because you started it. You create that tension. Ou mette tension sa nan jardin. C'est ça ouze. C'est ça planter. Ça planter c'est li même récolter même jour t'a dit.
Avant nous descendre, m'ta remè encourager ni mari ni madame. I swear. M'a mando sou capable prier bon Dieu pour le kabor en 6e yeux, 11e spirituel. Parce que ou gen des yeux naturels là, suivant des gens grandis, koto levé, gens levé, tout bagay négatif. Surtout avec haïtien. Est-ce qu'on parle haïtien presque tout bagay négatif avec ou pas qu'à faire ça? Ça pas bon. N'importe bagay ou vini pour faire, yo joine une réponse négative pour lui. So ça permet l'ori entrer dans kay la avec un moun qui toujours négatif. This person is always negative. Everything is negative. You bring this is not good.
Yeah.
You do this is not good. You talk about this is not good. Whatever you do, it's never good.
Yeah.
It's never good. So that person has a negative taste.
Yeah.
And that negative taste,
the
the person is feeding, is nurturing these negative things. Everything is negative. Everything negative.
Yes, ou rentre
negative.
avec une mauvaise énergie, ou après c'est énergie ça k'ap dégager dans
And then all of a sudden, you see this house is become a negative field.
Yes.
This marriage has become a
Nothing is
negative
good.
marriage. And not everybody can dwell in animosity. Not everybody can because the other person that you married, they grew up in a positive home. They grew up in a positive environment. They grew up in a place that they were encouraged. They grew up in a place that they were
seeing all
supported.
this tension. So the more they see those tension they're not used to, the more they're going to distance themselves.
Yeah.
Because they're not used to it. And especially us ladies. Imagine you have a husband that always wants peace, just like my husband give the illustration. He grew up in a house full of peace, love, and then you bring all this tension. The more that you do that, since he's not used to it, the more that he's going to distance you. And then you're the one that's going to say that, wait a minute, my husband doesn't love me, he distanced me, he doesn't care for me, he doesn't talk to me, but he wants peace. He doesn't like chaos. Let me give 2 examples. Let's just do 2 illustrations. So I'm going to give you 2 situations. So let's take 2 wives. So the first one, like with same situation, the husband makes mistake. And then one nurture the mistakes. Ça veut dire que li quitte l'élaborer. Ça veut dire li parle mal. You always do this. You never change. You always the same. Men are not supposed to be like that. So you just cannot throw the situation. So when you prend your lot, like the same, like you take the other one that's nurture the relationship. You say you can grow from this instead of putting negativity, instead of la critiquer, la parler mal, la descendre Maria, la disrespecting the husband, but he just dit que you can grow from this. I still believe in you. You are the same man. You are. Let's just do things different. So let's wap wè difference. Just like l'on connaît que you want peace, you create peace, ou nourrit la joie, ou nourrit la paix, ou nourrit l'amour. C'est ça ou vinn jwenn nan kay la. So ça veut dire que ou paraît ou toujours négatif. You always bring negative vibe. Tout bagay ou se jouer, tout bagay ou descend ma ou, tout bagay ou disrespect. that's what you're gonna have. That's what you're gonna see in the house. That's what you're gonna see with the children. C'est bagay so ap we ni pou ti moun yo, c'est bagay so ap we pou mari yo.
So what my wife just basically said, there are two ways you can nurture one thing. If there is a mistake, if you nurture the mistake, it will multiply mistake.
Yes.
But instead of nurturing the mistake, it's better to nurture the relationship.
That's why.
You see? You can nurture the problem or nurture the relationship. So which one you want to nurture? Which one is more important to you? A lot of people, believe it or not, whatever is going on, the headache, the problem, the chaos, that's what they nurture. They nurture the situation. They nurture the problem instead of nurturing the relationship. But a smart husband or a smart wife, instead of nurturing and feeding the problem, feeding the mistake, feeding what happened, rather they choose the other. They said, okay, we are going to nurture the relationship, because my relationship with my wife, my relationship with my husband is more important to me than just the issue that just happened. Than just that little Saint-Anise qui vin mette zin nan mariage nou. So, au lieu que yo ete ap concentré sur Saint-Anise lan, oh, we are saving some marriages tonight. Rather, we advise you to focus. This is an opportunity to focus on the relationship to see, okay, where there was a lack. Where did we miss something? Where did we did not do? Instead of focusing on what was said or what was done. Maybe somebody said something, it was a mistake.
Yeah, but don't keep repeating it.
Exactly.
Don't keep reminding them, but you told me this, you told me that. But let's just read this. In Proverbs 14 verse 1, a wise woman builds a house. And then when you see building, that's when building is nurturing. Building, c'est nourrir. So she is shaping the emotional environment of the home. So if sou nourri kay la, façon ou grandi kay la, façon nourri kay la, c'est kon sa la pied. What are you nurturing in your marriage, women? Ki sa wap nourri nan kay ou aswaya la? Ki sa nourri nan kay ou chaque jour? Because you were born, you were wired. God created you like this, like to nourish. But just like whatever, ou si tellement gagné nan ou même, ça veut dire so nourri, c'est lui même qui a grandi dans kay la. Sou nourri bon, c'est bon qui a grandi. Sou nourri, sou rose jardin, c'est jardin qui a grandi. Sou nourri, nda di poussière ou la terre, ou nourri chaos, ou nourri critique, ou nourri descend mari, ou nourri descend petit tout, c'est ça ou multiplier. Mais sous nourri bon bagay, ou nourri l'amour, ou nourri la paix, ou nourri milk, just like we nurture children, we nurture people in our environment, c'est ça ou bay.
Bon, mes amis, les nous rive, li fait 8 yon combo long kon grand chemin. It's about 8 o'clock now. We are about to leave. But before we get out of your face, we want to tell you something deep and powerful tonight. This basic needs, they are necessary for you to fulfill. And nobody else is coming from anywhere and do that for you. And many women or many men leave that spot void, empty, vacant for somebody else to feed,
to do it for you.
for somebody else to do. So tonight, do not let somebody else support your spouse more than you.
That's right.
Do not let somebody else nurture the relationship more than you. There is nobody else that can feed, that can breastfeed. You see, I use the word breastfeed.
your family,
Your
or your
marriage,
spouse.
your relationship more than you.
More than you.
Sometimes there will be biting. Sometimes there will be arguments. Sometimes
the baby do bite.
baby
The
do
breast.
bite. But your duty and your responsibility is to breastfeed that baby despite the hiccup.
And I'm like, I like that when you said, don't leave it vacant, don't leave it void, because if you leave it vacant, you leave it void. That's another topic, because somebody else gonna come
Somebody else is gonna.
and breastfeed your babies, your marriage, your husband, your family for you.
Let me talk to the ladies right quick because we're about to leave. We gotta get out of here and tell you when need and nurture are met together, what happened. There's powerful. The marriage is alive. But ladies, your husband cannot have a business. He's a truck driver. He has a business, and then whatever business that is doing, he is in construction. He is an accountant. He's at his office. He's a CEO. He's a general manager. He's a pastor. Whatever he's doing, you cannot let somebody else support him more than you. Don't let that happen. This is the biggest mistake you can let happen.
And another mistake, while you say that, let's say if, for example, your husband can be a janitor, can be a bus driver, whatever it is. So if you let somebody support your husband for you, or instead of nurturing, like we mentioned earlier, because when we give those two a scenario, instead of nurturing him, but you putting him down, oh, I'm a nurse, I'm this, I'm that, he's only a janitor, he's only doing this, so he's not my type. So instead of putting him down, if you feeding him with love, if you nurture him with love, this guy is gonna say, man, my wife support me so much. He's gonna want to do more. He's gonna want to escalate. He's gonna want to elevate himself. But the more that you're putting him down, and the more he distance himself, the more that it's not gonna make the effort to do better for his family.
And monsieur, tendez-moi clairement. Pas quitter, c'est l'autre monde. Comme de nos jours, et statistiques prouvent que plus filles à l'école par ces garçons. Moi, je voulais parler bagala directement. Mais pas quitter son l'autre monde qui peut encourager madame, qui dire you can make it, ou qu'a fait, ou qu'a dire que, qu'a checker sur lui comment l'école là est, comment classe là est, comment test là est, comment examen est, et puis ou même ou chita là, tant qu'on gros gaga. Non, mon cher. Support. Li besoin, she has need. Pas quitter c'est lui-même qui pour fin saute l'école, li pour faire manger, li pour prendre soin de monde, li pour faire ceci c'est là parce que de nos jours comme ça bagala mesdames à l'école et puis messieurs même c'est pas saison garçon pour garçon à l'école. So et comme ça statistique la montré. So ou pas qu'à quitter c'est l'autre monde qui pourra pas encourager ou pas même connaître s'il passe test ou pas même connaître s'il pour le graduer ou pas même connaître qu'il est pour le graduer ou pas même connaître dans qui l'école que lié gen qui pas même connaître dans qui comment il l'école madame yo monsieur. Ah ça li pas belle. Changer ou mettre marqué en bas live là moins à me changer. Moi c'est un nouveau mari. Moi, c'est une nouvelle madame. I am a newly wife. I'm a newly husband. Very new. Because after this podcast, I know the very thing that's going to happen in the marriage is a marriage that becomes alive again. Do you remember when you first in love?
Yes.
Do you remember the time? When we first in love, do you remember the time? It's always behaving. Be intentional about this. To treat each other as we just first in love. Tout camper là moi-même, voyez l'argent bon. If you have something else to say, you can say it, but I'm done.
So many marriages are not broken. They are neglected. Needs ignored, nurtured, missing, connection fading. So what happened practically when needs are met? The man becomes more present, more engaged, more connected. When us women nurture is present, the relationships becomes warmer, safer, and stronger. So may God bless you. Men, please support your wife. Women, support your husband. Nurture needs. And that was the marriage show.
This was the Marriage Show. Real talk, real issues,
and
real marriage. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so very much for joining us. Until next time, we will see you again on Monday at 7. Take care of yourself and each other, just like Jerry Springer usually says.
Until next time.
Until next time.
Take care of yourself.
Take care of yourself and your relationship.
Yeah.
We love you. And everything we said to you, we said it with love and the passion we have for marriage. And to see you enjoying, building, enjoying, and leaving a marriage legacy for generation to come. See you next time. Until next time, stay blessed by the best. We love you, and there is nothing you can do about it.